Hey, what's going on guys? Tim here again. Got another video for you today, and we're doing another Paracord product or tool related review. So as you can tell by the title, we're looking at this item today, and this is the Knotter's tool. So if you've ever used a Marlinspike or heard of a Marlinspike before, this is essentially the same thing, just slightly fancier, a few more features on it. And yeah, that's what we're looking at. So getting right into it, if you've never used a Marlinspike before, it's essentially this piece here, which is the kind of pointed end. It's usually made of aluminum or steel. This one is made of aluminum, and it's used to tighten knots, undo knots, and essentially it can be very useful in general for the paracording hobby, or any sort of for any person who ties a lot of knots. So overall length is about 6¼ inches. And it does come to a decently fine tip there. It's not, it still does, it's pretty pointy, so it's good for getting into all those little knots. Moving down the section here, we have some nice knurling that can give you a lot of positive grip on it. It's some nice machining as well on this. Some detail work here, which is nice. And it's got a lanyard hole in case you want to put a lanyard on it. I put a simple lanyard on it. This is 425 cord with a schmuckatelli bead, and it's also got a nice pocket clip here in case you need to clip it to a bag, or also even if you want to put it in your pocket, right? So it is the Marlinspike is essentially the main point of it, but no pun intended. Anyways, it's also a great way to store your fids. So as you can hear, there's something inside. You can unscrew this end here, and you've got your fids inside. So you can actually store all three sizes of the fids in here. I'm missing my type 1 fid. I misplaced it somewhere. I gotta find it. But you can fit all three of them in here, as you can see. So I'll take those out so they're not rattling around. And it's threaded, as you can see there. So it screws together quite nicely. Also, if you don't like the pocket clip, you have no use for it, you can unscrew this end. You can still get access to the fids inside from the back end, and you can take the pocket clip off. I think this is how oops, sorry. Yeah, it does make a rather annoying squeak when you screw it back together. I'll probably take the pocket clip off mine because won't really be carrying this around, and I find it's a lot nicer to use without the pocket clip. But it does have that option, which is nice. So as for usage, so for example, if I had a bracelet, something like this, I wanted to work the slack out of it, the way you would use it is by, say I wanted to pull this knot forward, I would insert my knotter's tool here, and then I can start pulling on it, putting tension on it. See, and that pulls slack through, and that would work that out through to the next knot, and I could use that to, tension my knots. And also, I find that it's great for taking bracelets apart. So if you didn't have this, you could use a fid, but the thing about using a fid to do this is, see on this end here of the fid, it's quite sharp, and that can actually kind of cut you or, leave a nice little imprint in your skin. So this is a lot more comfortable because it's larger, it's easier to grip. And if you're a person who makes a lot of bracelets, I'm sure it's happened to you where you made a bracelet and you messed it up and then you have to take it apart. So rather than having to use your fingertips and, pull on all the strands to undo the knots, you can use this instead. And this is a lot more comfortable and make things a lot easier and won't tire your fingers out because you can just, insert the spike and just like pull the knots apart, right? If you were trying to take this one off, and you would do that. So quite useful in my mind if you make a lot of bracelets. This is maybe not something a beginner would need right away, but those who are maybe a little deeper into the hobby, I think you could appreciate something like this. Overall, the machining is very nice. No, scratches or marks on it. Nothing out of place when I got it. Quite light because it is aluminum. Oh, and also a little added bonus. You guys always know when I finish my bracelets, you see how the melted end there has that nice pattern on it? I get that by melting the paracord, and then with the knurled tool, I press on it. I've been using my X-Acto knife blade holder, but because this has some nice knurling on it already, you can use that to finish off your bracelet. You know, take the lighter to it, and just when it's still cooling, press down on it, and you got that nice pattern on it right there. All right. So that is, yeah, another use for it. So overall opinion, I give it a thumbs up. I like it. It's very useful for me, especially taking apart bracelets. That kills my fingers a lot sometimes, especially if I'm doing a tutorial and I mess it up and then I gotta take it apart. So that makes things a lot easier for me. And yeah, for those of you who maybe have been into this hobby for quite some time, and you might consider getting a tool like this. So that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. I will put the links down below on where to get this one. This one was sent to me for review by Paracord Planet. I'll put all the related links down below, both affiliate and non-affiliate links. So remember, if you want to support my channel though, try shopping through those affiliate links, because it does provide me with some support, and I always appreciate that. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I will definitely see you on the next video. Bye.